When you're looking at a page on a large screen, it's easy to see what the page is about and how the information is structured. You can see several headings. You can see secondary navigation. You can see a variety of differently formatted elements that attract the eye. But to see the same information on mobile, you'd have to scroll on a long page. A lot more work. You don't have access to the big picture. And even if you scroll, you may forget some of the stuff you've seen before because it disappears from the viewport. In general, any piece of information is easier to digest if we can see its structure, how it's organized. The structure forms the mini information architecture of the page, the skeleton of the page. This mini IA is made of different sections in which the information may be grouped on the page. On a desktop page, the mini IA is exposed to the user through the section headings that they can see on the page. But we've said that because of the small screen, the mobile user would have to do a lot more work to grasp that same mini IA. The question then is, how can we help the mobile user? If a page contains a piece of relevant information, how can we tell them it's there and allow them to easily access it without having to scroll through screens and screens and screens of content? The answer is through tables of contents. A table of contents has three benefits. First, it clearly shows what information is available on the page, so the user can decide if they want to stay there or move on without scrolling. Second, it allows people to go to the relevant information without having to scroll through all the content that precedes it. That's what we call direct access. Last but not least, sometimes the table of contents helps the user form a mental model of the page and absorb the information better. The idea of an in-page table of contents is not new. You could see a lot of these in the early days of the web. Usually, they were implemented as a set of anchor links placed at the top of the page. You can still use that implementation today, even though perhaps it's not very elegant. Another possible implementation of tables of contents on mobile is through accordions. This implementation is very effective because it tells people what the page is about and the accordions expand in place. In summary, tables of contents are a very useful concept on mobile. Through them, users can easily see the mini IA of the page, how the information on the page is structured. They also allow users to directly access the piece of information that is interesting to them without having to scroll through all the content that comes before it. And ultimately, they make the long page on mobile more manageable and decrease the chance that users will leave the page before they find what they need.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of our UX videos, take a look at these over here and consider subscribing to our channel. On our website, nngroup.com, you can access our library of over 2,000 articles. You can also register for one of our UX courses that offer live, hands-on UX training.